Not sure where to get started with saving and investing? Squirrel has smart options with great returns. Here's our 20 most frequently asked questions answered. Use the timestamps below to skip to the bits you're interested in. Let's get started. Squirrel is a New Zealand company that provides savings and investments products, lending products, and home loan advice. There's 100 of us scattered around New Zealand with our head office based here in Auckland, and we're a 100% New Zealand owned company. We tie your term investment directly to a borrower who needs a loan, and that's mostly for residential property. With Squirrel, when you invest in a savings account, that money is placed directly with the bank and the interest we earn we pass on to you. When you take out a term investment with Squirrel, that money is matched to a borrower. That borrower will be buying, renovating, or building a residential home. From a security perspective, we have the first mortgage in place on most of our loans, and there'll be some like tiny homes where we've registered that tiny home on the PPSR. We determine an appropriate rate to charge our borrowers based on their credit risk. We then deduct a reserve levy, we deduct a Squirrel margin, and that leaves the bulk of the interest for our investors. The reserve levy goes into a reserve fund which is there to protect against the credit risk of a borrower going bad. The interest rates that we provide both to borrowers and to investors we think are really fair based on the credit risk of a loan. When you place an investment order, we automatically match that to a borrower on a first come, first served basis. For Squirrel's home loans and construction loans, we almost always have loans available. When you place an investment order, you can expect it to be matched in just 1 hour. For Squirrel's personal loans, we have a lot more investors than we do borrowers. That means when you place an investment order, it goes into a time-based queue and it might take between 2 and 8 weeks for your order to be matched. Interest on your on-call savings account is paid to you on the last day of each month. Interest on your term investments is paid to you either monthly or fortnightly on the same schedule that the borrower makes their repayments to us. Your principal is repaid to you at the end of the term for that particular investment, and sometimes it's paid back early. If you hold money in Squirrel's on-call savings account, you can withdraw it back to your bank account within 2 hours on business days. If you have Squirrel term investments, you need to expect to hold your investment through for the full term of that investment. Occasionally, borrowers will repay their loans early, either partially or in full. When that happens, you'll get your money back on the same day that the borrower makes the payment back to Squirrel. You also have the option with Squirrel term investments of selling your investment before it matures through our secondary market. Our secondary market is free to use, and while it's not guaranteed that you can sell, we expect that most of the time you'll have your money back in your account within 2 weeks, and on average at the moment it's taking less than 2 days. If you hold money in a Squirrel on-call account, we deposit that with one of New Zealand's largest banks and we hold that money on trust for you. If you choose a Squirrel term investment, that money is lent out to a borrower. You have the option of choosing between 3 different levels of credit risk when you take a term investment with Squirrel. We need to be able to verify your identity and tie you to a New Zealand address. We'll also need to get your IRD number so that we can deduct resident withholding tax from any interest that you earn with Squirrel. You can open a Squirrel on-call account and deposit any amount you like, whenever you want, to that account. With Squirrel's term investments, you'll need a minimum of $100 each time you place an investment order. Squirrel has a reserve fund that sits behind each of our 3 term investment classes. Reserve funds are designed to help protect against the credit risk of borrowers in the portfolio. So what that means in real life is that if a borrower misses a repayment on a loan, the reserve fund steps in and makes that payment to you, the investor. When the borrower catches up on that payment, they put that money straight back into the reserve fund's made whole again. In the event that a borrower defaults, the reserve fund would also step in that situation. Our reserve funds are not guaranteed. So what that means is a reserve fund could at some point run out of money. If that were to occur, then Squirrel has the power to divert the interest that you may be earning on your term investments back into a reserve fund to recapitalise it. We provide lots of information on our website about our reserve funds and their health, and if you ever have any questions, just give us a call and we can explain it to you. Squirrel's credit assessment, operational processes, coupled with our reserve funds and the security that we hold against loans, are designed to try and help protect investors' principal. However, all investments carry investment risk, and we encourage you, if you're uncertain, to seek financial advice. At this time, we don't offer joint accounts. You can register as an individual over the age of 18. At present, we don't offer multiple on-call accounts, however, we may consider doing this at some time in the future. All of our savings and investment activity are conducted online here at Squirrel. You can call us on 0800 21 22 30 during normal business hours. You can email us at any time on money@squirrel.co.nz. If you go to the Savings and Invest tab on our website, you can also book a video call with one of our investment gurus. That might even be me. Pretty hard to avoid taxes, isn't it? When you sign up with Squirrel, you'll elect your resident withholding tax rate. We'll deduct that from any interest that you earn and pay that off to IRD on your behalf. Assuming that you've got your tax rate set up right, there'll be no further tax to pay. It's super easy. A couple of clicks online and your investment will be put up for sale. The best part about it is it's a free service. Squirrel deducts a margin each time a borrower makes a repayment, so the interest that you earn has no further fees to pay. We do, however, deduct resident withholding tax from the interest rates as normal. No, Squirrel does not have a credit rating, and we may consider getting one in the future. Some other things you may want to take into consideration though. Number one, we're regulated by the Financial Markets Authority in New Zealand, both with an advisor licence and our peer-to-peer licence. We have an independent board in place with some very experienced board members, and you can read about them on our website. The senior management team here at Squirrel has over 150 years of combined financial services experience as well. And last but not least, KPMG audits both our financial results and our custodial processes every year. So there you go. That's the answers to the most common questions that I get asked. If you'd like to find out more, you can check out our website squirrel.co.nz, or you can give us a call on 0800 21 22 30. Thanks for watching.